Well, I have feet, two of them, and they are a liability to me on the trail because I have bad circulation and I get freezing feet and hands, but feet particularly. And if I can't warm my feet up at night when I'm trying to sleep, I just don't sleep. So I've tried all sorts of things. I've tried everything. I've tried thick socks, I've tried possum down socks. Nothing keeps my feet warm, or nothing gets my feet warm. So I read a lot of reviews and videos on YouTube about what to do, and everyone says get some Goosefeet gear down socks from Z-Packs or from Ben directly. So that's what I did last Christmas or the Christmas before. Ordered some of these. My mum kindly paid for them. I got them overstuffed by 50%, I think, maybe 75%. I think 50% is what I ended up with. And I went, great, all my Christmases have come at once. I took them out hiking, it was cold. I put them on like this, and my feet were cold. They weren't enough. And worse than that, they fell off all the time. Now these are my size, they're large, but the top bit there was not strong enough to keep them on my feet. So I'd wake up or I'd find them off my feet, which meant my feet were even colder. And what little sleep I was getting was now finished. So those guys aren't good enough. So if you get some off Ben at Goosefeet gear, I'd recommend that you get them like way overstuffed as much as you possibly can, particularly if you've got super cold feet, like lots of people who do require these have super cold feet. One cool thing I did get off him at that time were these like over booty things, which you can use with any booties. But basically you got your booties like this, and then you can't obviously walk around camp with that, they'll just get completely destroyed. So you got these hush puppies, which are basically like a strong ripstop or something, and they got some like foam on the inside, like a little pad, like a little sole. Okay, and then you put these on like this, and then you cinch them up, and they're like a little over booty, and you've got some of this little cinches around here like that, and then you can walk around camp. So I've used these a few times, and I actually don't find them very good at all. You slip and slide around like a wet and wild slippery slide, so it actually feels quite dangerous. And when it was really cold, that foam that's on the inside wasn't enough. My feet were really cold on the bottom of the ground, on the cold ground. So yeah, there's a lot to be improved on that. I'm really not a fan of them. Like, they're better than having nothing, but they're not much better. They're pretty dangerous. Anyway, so that was my first foray into down booties, and it wasn't a good one. So next thing I tried were these things from Enlightened equipment, which are synthetic booties. So instead of having down, they've got a man-made synthetic insulation in there. And Enlightened equipment talks all about on their website about, you know, how your feet and your head, it's best to have synthetic because all the oils come out of them, and then they go into a down booty, and reduces their loft because they get all dirty and oily. Whereas in synthetic, it doesn't de-loft as much, and it's much easier to launder regularly. I got the 6AP, so the really thick one, because I wanted to get the maximum warmth as I possibly could. So I got them. So I got them like this. You put them on like that, and they actually fit better than the Gossamer gear ones. So they got a little tie like that, so they won't fall off. And I went camping out there and hiking, and it was cold, and I put these on. I got down to -2 up in the Blue Mountains, and my feet never warmed up. I never got to sleep that night. So these things weren't good enough. I thought, what is wrong with me? I can never ever get my feet warm. So that's when I, by accident, found these things. Let the music begin. Da, 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 da. These are like the 5-star hotel deluxe edition of booties that you could ever imagine. They're super heavy. They're like 180 grams, so they're like twice the weight of any of these things. You know what? They are worth it, I reckon. Firstly, they're super duper overstuffed. Look at them. It's just like there's almost no room there to put your foot in. But they've got so many amazing features that these things got my feet warm. First time in my life, basically. So you put them on like this. Oh my goodness, it is just like heaven on a stick. So I'm going to keep that one on that foot. But what's so cool about it is it's actually only got 650 loft down in there, so that's partly why it's super heavy, but it's super overstuffed. But on the inside, it's lined with like a fleece, like a gridstock fleece, Climber Plus or something. And when you put your foot into it, when it's bare, you don't have socks on, you don't need socks actually, you put them on and it just feels like you're putting on a sock, like a regular sock. Because it doesn't feel like this like nylon-y stuff. And like these ones, the nylon, you know, it's not sewn in and it sort of pulls out, just feels really disconcerting. It's slippery, same with these guys. So this is all like lightweight sort of, you know, nylon material. Whereas these ones, they feel like a sock. So they feel gorgeous, like it's just that amazing feeling. And what else is cool about them is they don't fall off. So you've got this little cinch around here, so it just locks it around your ankle. Like, not even at the top, like the Enlightened equipment ones, which are at the top, which are better than nothing, but it locks it around your ankle, so it ain't going anywhere. And then at the top here, it's got like this little neoprene sort of like sock cover here, so it goes around your ankle. That's nice, and that sort of traps in the heat as well. And you can tuck your pants into there, or your puffy pants or whatever. So that's really cool. And on the bottom of them, they've got these like little strips of like material, or no, not material, like seam tape or grippy stuff, so that if you're walking around on like boards or somewhere, and even if you're in tents or whatever, I was in a cabin and I was walking around on these and I didn't slip over it, so it was really grippy. So that's really, really nice. So these Montbell ones are the bomb. They're the ones, even though they're twice as heavy as the other ones, they're the ones I'll be taking when I'm going on cold trips. So I don't really care about the weight so much, because I need my feet to be warm so I can sleep. If I don't sleep, then that's dangerous. So that is my down bootylicious journey to getting my feeties warmies. I hope it helped you. Blue Boy out.